Hey, it's T. If you're like me and have small projects piling up, let's tackle them together. Today, I'm bringing you some motivation to tackle your long list of little things around the house. Also, I'll need your help with a decor decision. Then I'll show you how our 3D printer has been a total game changer by simplifying our life. So if you're ready, let's get started.
Overreact and just walk away. Take me back to the place I know. I have the power to let things go. I'm so lost I can't see the shore. You know what that means, we've been here before. I lose my self-restraint. I think we're done, then you add more paint. I calm down and watch it dry, and there it is. Bye.
You may have noticed that my laundry room looks different. That's because I took down the room divider, or my husband moved the room divider, because he installed these doors to the crawl space. I've been asking for doors for a long time, and he finally installed them. But he also, this was probably about 2 or 3 months ago, he added the switches here so that we could have some light in the crawl space. But over here also, where I keep, this is where one of our upright freezers is located, and a lot of my canning supplies. Let me turn on this light over here. But he installed this light so that I can see back here. So I have my painting supplies, lots of cleaning supplies, well, at least my Autobahn cleaning supplies, paint supplies, my canning supplies, or at least some of them. And then for this second switch right here, that is for the crawl space, because we are discussing ways to actually start using this crawl space. We've only ever used it for storage over the 20 years we've owned this home, and it'll still be used for storage, but it'll be used for storage more purposefully. Right here is a dehumidifier. That's kind of like step one to getting the moisture out of the air, and it really is doing a great job keeping the moisture out of the air. That's my Christmas tree. I'm not sure why it's back so far. Actually, this is the first time I've actually ever kept the tree, at least this tree in this bag in here. I couldn't tell you what's in any of these boxes, but I was surprised to see that I knew we had some flooring left over. I was hoping it was flooring for the kitchen because we need some under the stove, but this is leftover flooring from the dining room. This is really old. Let me zoom in for you, because this is right here. That's one end of the box, and here's the other end of the box. This is what we have in the dining room on that floor. So anyway, that is what's going on in this space. My husband, when he installed the doors, he asked me to pick out the handles that I wanted. I was really torn between the ones that we have here and some other ones just like it. They were just in matte black, and I had pros and cons to getting either one of those. But I ended up going with the brushed nickel just because it matches what's going on here with the washer and dryer, and it will probably match what ends up being in here in terms of the replacement sink. What else is in this room? This is a room you actually have never really seen most of, but here is the HVAC system, and over here we have the hot water heater. We have some of my mops, the shampooer, the upright Dyson vacuum cleaner. This cabinet used to be on the wall over here, but my husband took it down the other day. This is his tool bag, or one of his tool bags, because he's not done working in this space yet. So we plan to, here's more mops and everything over here. But the plan is to finally renovate this room. We actually do have a contractor who we talked to last year, who we were going to have come out and do some of the work. We are quite handy ourselves, so we can do a lot of it ourselves. But I think we're going to get around to it finally at some point this year. I believe this is the only room in the house that has not been renovated. But I will say that when we bought the house, it did not have this wall and this wall. So my husband did add that drywall. Up here is our computer equipment. My husband did all of that here. He owned an IT company, so he knew he would do this for customers quite regularly, but this is something that he said he would have to move to over here somewhere, and he would also give it a different setup than we have right now. And that's because the grand plan involves walling off this section right here so that we'll have a door to this area right here and a door to this area over here. In order to do that, however, we have to have this whole house dehumidifier moved, and that's not going to be too hard. He actually already talked to the person who installed it, and their company will come back out to just move it around the corner when we're ready. But this is my laundry room. It is not pretty, but it gets the job done. Oh, one of the other things I forgot to mention is that we'll be putting drywall up here just because I don't want to see all that. And we actually have never had to access the things that are up here. I know it's possible it might happen that they need to be accessed, and we're okay with a hole having to be, put into the ceiling at some point if that ever happens, and then just being repaired just like any other wall that we have in the house. Before we get too far into the video, I want to read to you this week's encouraging scripture. It comes from Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 27, and it reads, "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fail because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash." A few weeks ago, when I was deep cleaning the deck and getting it ready for the spring and summer seasons, I mentioned that we had a lot of trouble tracking mud across the deck, and a lot of it actually ended up on the rug. And several of you suggested that we stop walking across the deck with muddy feet. One of you even suggested, or maybe a couple of you actually suggested specifically, that we wear slippers on the deck and that we remove our boots when we get to the top of the stairs over there. So that's exactly what I implemented. Right now you see me assembling a box. It's just like two other outdoor storage boxes that we have. As a matter of fact, you can probably see one straight through the curtains towards the top left of the screen. I bought another one, so now we have three, and this one is strictly for putting our muddy boots into. So as we come up the top of the stairs, we would then take the boots off, put them into this bin, and then wear our slippers so that we are not tracking mud across the deck. So thank you everyone who has suggestions. I heard you, I appreciate you, and we're off to, hopefully we're gonna have less mud on the deck.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. 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 I guess I'm gonna stay, but I'm just gonna wait in the background, watching you talk to her. I know this might look bad, but I'm just gonna melt in the background, watching you lean into her. I'm a fool. I just wanna get close to you. Yeah, I wanna get close. I'm a fool. I know. Are you thinking about us too? 'Cause I don't know. Are you missing it just like I do? Are you worried about me too? 'Cause I'm thinking aloud, I'm wondering about you, eh?
Alright, so next on my agenda for the day is to charge this light that I'll be putting in my hall closet. I bought this months ago, and now I figured it's time to use it. I had this actually when I did my hall closet organization video, or straightening up whatever it was video, but I didn't use it, so now it's really just time to put this to use. Comes with a remote. There is a USB-C charger. There are some screws and anchors if you want to anchor it to the wall or to the ceiling. Oh, and this is what you would use to anchor them with. And then this is the actual light. It is an LED motion sensor ceiling light. So I imagine that I have to charge it before I can start using it. I'll go ahead and plug that into my laptop. This will charge it slowly. I probably should move it to somewhere else that'll charge it quickly, but I'm putting it here for now. So let's see, there are some buttons on here. There's day, light, steady, and then there's mode and light. And there's an on-off. Oh, that's pretty bright. There's an on-off button as well. So let's see if I change any of the settings. That's on day. That says night. This says steady. All right, so the mode button changes those options: daylight and day, night, and steady. And oh, the light button, so it gets a little bit warmer, and that's like a soft white right there. So that's going to be a lot of light for a hall closet. So I'm going to charge this for a while, and I guess I can go ahead and start putting the batteries in. I did know that I needed two AAA batteries, so I have those ready here. This is a remote controlled motion sensor light. So I'm going to need to figure out where to put the remote. Probably some Velcro would work. If I had like a little storage cup, which is what I used in our 11-year-old's toy room. We keep his remote for his ceiling light in a little storage cup that's on the wall, and then we have some Velcro on the back of the remote so that it can kind of stay in there. And I wonder if I should do something like that for this so that the remote does not get lost. But let me see if it's, let's see if I swap. So I wonder if the remote won't work. It shouldn't matter. All right. Should not matter, but on here there's a timer button, so I can have it set to have a light on for 30 minutes, and then it will turn itself off. But why is the remote not working? Pretty sure that the batteries are in the right way. I mean, they're batteries. There we go. All right. So let's see, night, day, steady. Okay, and this one allows you to change the shade or the brightness of it. So I like the soft white, but I would probably use maybe this one. I would use day because it is a closet space. Right, so that's the 30-minute timer. So I'm going to let this charge for a little while, and then I will go and put this up in the hall closet. Oh, I should say that. So this can be screwed to the ceiling to make it so that it mounts. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Screwed to the ceiling. Oh, this is magnetic. I guess just like the lights are up here in the office above my son's desk. But I can screw these, but I'm pretty sure these are also, they come with an adhesive backing, so that's probably how I'm going to put them up on the ceiling. Of course, I could screw this up to the ceiling, but I think I'm going to put it on this way, at least because my husband's not home and I don't want to wait until he gets home. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So for right now, I'm just going to let it charge for a bit and go check on the laundry. If you'll recall, a few weeks ago, I did a spring refresh in my primary bedroom. Well, these are the curtains that I took down. I never got around to washing them, so this video is all about picking up where we left off on small things that can sometimes pile up and become a project. Speaking of projects, this box here contains an item that I need for a room makeover that I'm working on. This makeover is something that has been in the works for way too long, but hopefully it'll be coming to you in the next few weeks. This was one of the last components that I needed for that makeover, so I will be so excited when I'm finally done with that space and when I can show you the final reveal.
It's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven. I just wanna make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. It's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wildness, let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole night long. Be with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wildness, I got a little crush on you. Ooh, I got a little crush on you. survive. So hold me close into the night, 'cause I need you to stay. You take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little.
So these 3 pictures are from my office. Away from home, of course, I have the office downstairs in the basement. But these were in my office at my husband's IT company. He sold the company 3 years ago now. But my office is still there. He still owns the building. And he stayed on as a consultant at the company. So we still have full access to the space. I just don't use it. So he went over to the office recently and got my pictures for me. I am so winded right now. I just ran down the stairs and back up. But he ran over and got the pictures. I still have a full-length mirror there that I want him to bring home so that we can put it in the RV because there's no mirror there. So this right here, I don't know what to do with these 3 panels. I'm not entirely sure. At one point, I thought I would put them in the hallway on the 2nd floor. But because of the wallpaper that is up there now, it would totally clash. Plus, I already have some artwork that I bought for that space last year. So let me know what you think about putting it here. So there are 3 panels. And I guess they could be like evenly spaced or something along this wall. Let me give you a view of this room from the kitchen so that you can see more of what this wall looks like. Okay, so now you're looking in from the kitchen into the family room. So my idea is that I could have like the panels up on this wall. Let's see. There is a long mirror here, but then this lamp is kind of in the middle. I'm not going to be moving the lamp. I'm not going to move the mirror either. So I'm thinking I would just be working with the space between the lamp and over here toward the pantry. So perhaps all 3 panels on this wall, maybe just 2 of them, definitely not 1 because it's such a big open space. Let me see. This is where having extra hands would come in handy. So let's see what it looks like here. This would be with 2 of the panels. And lower a bit. But I'm thinking it makes more sense with all 3 in that space. I do like, so for one, I learned a little while ago, probably a year or 2 ago, that my decor preference is blue. I never would have imagined that, but if I'm in a store full of decor, I gravitate towards the blue stuff for some reason. That's why my bedroom has mostly blue accents on the wall art. But right here, obviously this is blue, and this is what, so in my office, the back wall is painted a dark blue, and it's the blue that's from, not totally dark blue, but it's kind of dark. That was the base color of my husband's IT company's logo. So I wanted these right here to match that, and they matched perfectly because some of that blue is in each canvas. So that was kind of the driving force behind getting this color scheme for that office, but at home, I just keep repeating the blue here too for some strange reason. So I'm thinking I would love these to go in my bedroom, but I already have enough wall art. I don't want to make it more crowded, although I do have a space across from my vanity. I guess I'll show you that in a minute then so you can help me with that. I have a space across from my vanity that's empty, and for the longest time I've been looking, off and on really, looking for the perfect wall art to go in that space. So I'm going to show you that space as well, so maybe you can help me figure out if maybe it should go upstairs. But I'm thinking against this wall here in the family room, but I'll also show you the upstairs space so you can get an idea of the 2 walls that I'm thinking about for these. I like them a lot. I could get rid of them. I could put them on Marketplace. I could sell them on Marketplace. I could give them away. I can post them on my personal Facebook page and say, hey, if anybody wants these, you can have them. but I feel like I still want these. I like them, and I'm not ready to get rid of them just yet. So let's go look at the space upstairs, and you let me know if you think that these are best down here or best upstairs in my bathroom vanity area. Okay, so here's the wall that I was talking about. This is right across from the sinks in the bathroom, or like right outside the bathroom. And so this wall has been begging for some wall art on it for a while. So I could possibly put these panels up here. Spaced out a little, I guess spaced out evenly. If I can get this right to show you. Okay, so like this. I could definitely do this with all 3 panels. Let me see if I like stand this up on top of that one. Let that one go. So this might work too. I actually think I like this a lot. Maybe I'll have my husband do this when he comes home. But you let me know if you like this. So here's the thing. This video is going to go up on a Friday, and if I get more yays than nays for this space, I'll have my husband put this up in this room on Saturday. Otherwise, I'll have him put it up in the family room. I really do think this solves the problem in both of those spaces, so it'll be interesting to see where they end up going. But you have the chance to help me decorate my house by telling me where I should put these 3 panels. So just another perspective, this is across from the wall. You can see the wall that I was using to demonstrate the pictures. So as I look in the mirror in the morning, these pictures would be what I see on the wall. Let me scoot it over so you can see it better. So this would be the view right behind me as I'm using the mirrors every day. I do think I like this. And the other thing about this, okay, so I'm gonna come over here in front of the camera. In my family room, I kind of like, there are some days I don't even walk into that space, especially if I don't need to go outside. If I need to go outside through the back door, I'll just kind of go through that space, but I don't pay any attention to that room because I don't use it that much. But here in the vanity area of the bathroom, I use this all the time. So I would get to see my wall art in here on a regular basis. And honestly, I think this stuff sat in my office for so many years with no one being in there to take in its beauty. So yeah, if you're voting, I'm hoping you vote the way that I want, and I'm pretty sure I'm already letting on which way I want it to go. However, I wouldn't mind either way because I think it would solve a problem in both spaces, and I think it would add a little bit more color to both spaces, but especially the family room because I don't have a lot of color in there. There's a lot of gray because I like a blank slate so that I can decorate, and my the colors that I choose to decorate will not clash with my decor. But I did start bringing in some greenery into that room because I wanted to give it some more color. For spring decor, I put in some pink flowers. I don't do pink, but I'm loving those pink flowers, but they're kind of like an afterthought. They're not something that slaps you in the face as soon as you walk into the space, and you might just miss them. As a matter of fact, I always miss them because, again, I just kind of pass through that room, but I cannot miss the plants. They are pretty big. The Monstera and the Peace Lily are pretty big. You cannot miss those, and they give a lot of color to that room. I have the 2 IKEA stands that I'm using as grow stands right now for my seedlings, and of course there's some color with the seedlings themselves, but at some point those will go away. And even these right here will have to come down during Christmas time because I don't have blue Christmas decor in that space anymore. When the walls in that room were painted blue, all of my Christmas decor was blue, white, and silver. But since I switched over to red, white, and silver after we had the room painted gray, the blue decor didn't make sense anymore. I guess it could have, but I changed it. I had it for a while, and I guess I was more sick of it than anything. But anyway, these would come down during the Christmas season because I would not want them to clash with everything else. So that's the other thing with this. If I put them in the family room, they'll come down at Christmas. So for that like 2-ish months that I have some red decor in that space, this would clash. So I would take them down. If I put them here in the vanity area, they would stay up all the time because I've not planning on doing anything else with my room. As a matter of fact, we had this entire space renovated in 2022. The bedroom area was really not touched other than it got a fresh coat of paint, and that includes the trim. For this space, all of this was gutted, just like the bathroom itself was gutted. And these were installed. This vanity was installed. Can you see the vanity? Let me put this down just a little bit. This vanity was installed. We used to have one that's like what's in my 11-year-old's bathroom, identical to that one, but I painted that about a year ago. So the vanity is new-ish. This is new. What I like about this is that you can see yourself on both sides because both sides are mirrored. The outside is actually glass, the inside's acrylic. We also had our bathroom fully gutted. And as you can see, we went neutral with that as well. But the reason why I started talking about all of this is because before we had the renovations done to this space to really brighten them up or brighten the space up, this area and my bedroom were a burgundy because that is a color of, it's a color that I like a lot, and it's one of the first colors that we added to the walls in the house. So yeah, this is great. It can take a lot of other colors now, unlike the burgundy. So again, let me know in the comments if you would like me to put these pictures here in this space, or if you would like me to put them down in the family room. I can't think of anywhere else in the house where they might go. It's like a blank slated wall. So I appreciate your help either way. Just let me know what you think. Okay, so I am ready to put the light up. My husband is home now, so he just wants me to place the light on the ceiling where I want it to go, and then he'll come in, he'll use a drill and he'll anchor it up there permanently versus just using the adhesive. I'm going to start out with the adhesive, and he's going to finish it with the screws that came with the set.
Taking all your problems all on me, forgetting you have a responsibility. The way that you don't care, cause your anxiety isn't reason enough to be acting so rough. That's right, no, I've had enough. Your bad behavior isn't what I'm worth. No, that's right, no, I've had enough. You don't see it.
Now that the light has been installed, I'm going to tackle a small amount of organizing in this closet, mainly just so that I can fit my rolls of Charmin bathroom tissue in here. Just in case you didn't know, I have subscribed to Charmin Forever rolls since 2019. We get 6 rolls every month. We do have 4 bathrooms in the house. There are only 3 people. It's starting to really pile up pretty quickly now, and part of the reason is because I forgot to pause one of our recent deliveries. So I did go into my account on Charmin, and I made sure that I skipped the July delivery because we have 12 rolls that were delivered. So let's see, 6 in May, 6 in April, and then we still had some left over from March. So that's kind of ridiculous. So that's why I'm mainly working in this closet today, because I just need to figure out where to put all of this bathroom tissue.
met you in the dark, it was a Saturday night. Remember seeing you just dancing in the middle of the crowd. There was something about you.
Now I'm just going to go through the house to all of the bathrooms and restock the tissue as needed.
And I started talking to you. I don't know what I said, but the next thing I knew is that I held you in my arms and you asked what we should do. What should we do? What should we do? I said you can do what you want to with me. Yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya. I wanna hold ya. You got those red lips, blue eyes, black skinny jeans. In every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna hold ya, hold ya. We went out of the club and we started walking the streets. And then we stopped for a while and you said you wanna kiss me. I remember thinking, is this really happening? Happening, happening. I never thought I'd meet someone so beautiful. I couldn't quite believe it, it was magical. Just kissing under street lights on our way back home. Our way back home, our way back home. I said you can do what you want to with me. Yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. Falling for ya. You got those red lips, blue eyes, black skinny jeans. In every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna hold ya, hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. Falling for ya. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark. Met you in the dark. I wanna hold ya. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. I wanna hold ya.
I've been on my spaceship counting stars since '94, waiting for someone to come and knock on my door, looking for someone who'd be the Venus to my Mars. Why does love always have to be this hard? Got me feeling like for someone who can. You turn me on and I met you. Now I'm down to earth, that's salt and clear next to you. All my problems disappear, waiting for you. In light years, I met you. I met you.
it is all done printing. This is what it looks like. It is still hot, and it is my understanding that I can take it off of the printer. I can take it off of this plate here if I pull it slowly but firmly. It is still hot.
There's also the scraper to the left.
Yes. I can also use this scraper. All right, here we go. So the remote is going to slot right in here. As a matter of fact, let me go get that really quickly. Okay, here's the remote. Here is our new 3D printed holder for the remote. Look at that. We can use adhesive, or we can use screws to attach it to the wall. So I'm going to find a place in the closet to put this, and then it won't get lost. So that is one of the simplest things that a 3D printer can do for you. Again, I'm exhausted. I am winded because I ran upstairs 2 flights to get the remote. I ran back down to talk to you here. But I could have, so let's see, the holder, pretty similar to this one right here. That is in our son's toy room. It's something that I purchased on Amazon last year. It was $11.99. According to my husband, the cost of the filament and the cost of the electricity that we're using are nominal. It would have really cost us cents to print that versus $12 plus change. So $12 plus change right here is what we did not have to pay on Amazon. So I could have chosen from so many other colors that we have here, but I decided to go with white because it's, you know, the remote's white and I wanted it to blend in. So now I have a holder for the remote for the white in the hall closet. Well, that is it for this video. I hope that you got some inspiration to tackle some small projects in your home or even some routine cleaning. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you would like to see this kind of content in the future but are not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and when you do, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you won't miss out on future uploads. Until the next time, stay blessed.